Oh my gosh.
That's one way to start.
Okay. Welcome back to a new season of In Deep with Indy. This season, I am starting it off strong, okay? We're going to have different guests. We're going to talk about different things, and we're going to go deep. Y'all already know how I do. We going deep in those subjects that people hate to talk about, and I love to talk about it. So today's guest is the unstoppable Frank Famous, an artist whose name stands for perseverance, creativity, and the power of music to transform lives. With roots in soulful R&B and gritty hip-hop, Frank's blends lyrical, dip. Ooh, start that over. I'm good. You gonna cut that out?
Cut it out.
Thank you, because that was terrible. Okay, I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, and action. No. Okay, I'm sorry. Woo.
You're good.
Okay. Did you cut that out, Cruz?
It's gonna be afterwards.
Oh, okay. Welcome to a new season of In Deep with Indy. I'm your host, Indy, aka It's Goddess to you. If you don't know me, just say what's up, Goddess. And this season, I have a special treat for you guys. It's going to be bigger and better than ever. Today, I have a special guest, the unstoppable Frank Famous, an artist whose name stands for perseverance, creativity, and the power of music to transform lives. With roots in soulful R&B and gritty hip-hop, Frank blends lyrical depth with energy that moves both the heart and the body. His music tells real stories of triumphs, struggles, and the lessons in between, making his sound both deeply personal and universally relatable. On stage, Frank's presence is magnetic, turning every performance into an unforgettable experience. Off stage, he's an entrepreneur and community voice, using his platform to inspire others to chase their dreams with discipline and authenticity. Frank Famous isn't just making music, he's building a legacy, one verse, one show, and one connection at a time. Haitian-American singer, songwriter, producer, and composer, founder of Sound Famous, with music featured in national MLB campaigns and across major networks. Berklee College of Music grad. Welcome, Frank Famous.
That was beautifully said. I mean, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I put a lot of things into my words. It's poetic.
I could tell.
Flows.
I'm just
saying.
Yeah, it came
okay, thank you.
beautifully said. Yeah.
Thank you. So we're gonna jump right in. What's your earliest memory of falling in love with music?
Earliest memory of falling in love with music, man. I remember. So like my sister really is to blame. So my sister was really big on music growing up. So I would kind of just listen to what she would play, and eventually, it kind of stuck to me, So being 3 years old, I remember like playing the piano by ear. Even then, like starting at that young of an age, and just like, hearing like the different influences. I grew up in a different time. I'm a I'm a 80s baby, but 87. So you grew up listening to different types of music,
Right.
Boys to Men, Billy Joel, Phil Collins, Jagged Edge. I mean, different genres, whatever. So my sister was like, again, she was just all over the place with music. So that was like my first like introduction to like music and me being in love with like different types and different palettes of music. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. So you said you are an 87s baby, but I want to talk about how did growing up Haitian-American in South Florida and later moving to Atlanta and Nashville influence your sound and mindset? But let's talk about growing up Haitian-American first.
Yeah, that's like my core, like growing up Haitian, especially in South Florida, like it's a different beast. Like, you have, back in the day, it wasn't cool to be Haitian, so it was like, there was all these little, all types of jokes about being Haitian. Like they'll ask you like, you got HBO, and you'd be like, oh, HBO, like, yeah, oh, Haitian body order, and whatever. It's just little things like that. It was all, it was all kind of things like that, man. Like, we grew up in a real tough time. Just being Haitian, it just wasn't a cool thing. Like now, it's real popular to be Haitian, but back in the day, it was not a thing. Growing up in school, like you'd get bullied, and people would, truly you get jumped for stuff like that. So Haitians, because of that, we always had like the need to like stick together. So if you know anything about Haitians, like we stick together, like we band together. Even when you go back to like the Haitian Revolution and whatnot, like we're built on that, right? So that was a big part of like who I am, in terms of just like standing strong for like what you believe in, standing for who you are, standing for something. And so, I'd rather, I was always the kid that was like, I'd rather get jumped, but I'm not going to denounce my nationality. So South Florida really built my character, built like who I am, like it made me for real.
So when you had to go through all of that, I know as a child, it's a lot of things that kids go through nowadays, and they're like, I'm going to say, what's the word? Illing. I'm going to say that. Illing themselves. What do you call it? Is it deliving, or they use a different word themselves for being bullied?
Oh, like unaliving.
Unaliving. Yeah. I don't know where deliving came from, but I just made up a new word.
Yeah.
We're going to run with it, okay?
We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
Mm-hmm. It's my word, okay? Yeah. So unaliving. And I feel like it's something that's like a spiritual thing. I understand that because it's like that negativity gets in your head and you're fighting. And as a child, because your mind isn't at a point to where it is mature enough to fight that, then it causes things like that to happen. So for you to go through all of that, I know that you had your Haitian family, but how did you get through that at the nights when you were alone, maybe crying,
Yeah, I mean, it's a different time. Nowadays I feel like, and a lot of people might not agree with me with this, but I just feel like people are a little bit more sensitive today. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Back then it was called character building. You know what I'm saying? So, you go through certain things. People would always crack jokes. It wasn't even just, always about like nationality. It could be about the clothes that you're wearing, or just whatever. People was just kids were kids, Yeah. So it made us have a lot more just like tougher skin. Like you almost like would have had to learn how to crack back as opposed to just like folding and like, running home and crying in your room and that type of stuff. So it was just a different time in the world.
Right.
We grew up in a different time where things weren't as, mental health was a lot. I would say we had more mentally resilient people at that time. I know now it's a little bit different.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't want to take anything away from that. I know mental health is a real thing, but I'm sorry. What was your question?
I was just saying, how did you get through that? Like how? So you didn't have that in your head to where it's like, oh, you're not worth this. Everyone is making you feel this way.
No.
Okay.
If anything, it gave me a sense of like it made my skin tough. Like, you know what I mean? Like to just be like, okay, I'm not just gonna like fold. Like I'm gonna stand on mine and stand on my square. Like that was my approach. That's the way that my mind processed it and spit it back out to the world.
Got you.
Yeah.
I love that. So you later moved to Atlanta and then to Nashville. So did like coming from the Haitian-American in South Florida and then later moving to Atlanta and Nashville, did any of this influence your sound and your mindset and things like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like down in Florida, it's a melting pot, right? So we got like Hispanics, Haitians, and then like even within the Hispanics, it's different variants of like Hispanics, Haitians, Jamaicans, so the music, you always were hearing something different, you know? So you go to clubs, like there were like sections, like DJs would play music in sections, like this is for the Haitians, this is for the Jamaicans, this is for the Puerto Ricans, and so on and so forth. So that was a big part. Even though I wasn't like Jamaican, let's say for instance, I still knew so much of like the Jamaican scene and Jamaican music, and we'd still go to like Jamaican clubs and, you know, that type of thing. So that kind of shaped me there. And then being able to then take that with me, that kind of like world diverse sound, and then take that with me to Atlanta was like, okay, now Atlanta is Atlanta, you know? So yeah, like
it's a different
country. It's different in terms of the sound, and especially when Atlanta was like, you know, they're running things at that point in time, just as far as like the urban music scene. So that I was able to pick up and work with different producers out there that, you know, were at the top of their game. And then from there, it's like, then you end up in Nashville, which people
everyone has ended up in Nashville. It's like, oh, I'm here. What can I do?
And then people ask me like, man, how do you like coming from Florida, Atlanta, like Nashville? Like what made you?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too, but this is my home, so tread lightly. But
well, no, I mean, listen.
So Nashville, let's talk about it.
I will say, listen, since I've been here, like Nashville has shown me love for real. Like I feel like Nashville is actually one of the most slept on markets, period. Like probably in the US. Like I feel like Nashville is slept on as far as like the music cities, not in country music. I'm saying outside of country music.
Yeah.
People normally look at Nashville and they just think like, oh, country, cowboy hats and this, that, and the third. And it's like, living here has shown me like, oh nah, like it's so much more to Nashville than just the country music. Like there's a lot of people, talented people that are doing things outside of, you know, the country music scene. So yeah.
I like that. Okay. Has anything changed your mindset when you came here? And I'm not talking about music wise. I'm just saying in general.
I think Nashville has kind of helped me to slow down a little bit. Okay. You know, fast life down in South Florida, right? Nashville, I live like out in a suburb, you know, in the outskirts of Nashville. So it's like, it's much slower.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like it's slower. It's quiet. It allows me to think and like just get in my space, get in my zone. Like I don't really go out here, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm very much like a homebody. Like I don't really, if I don't have to be out, I'm not going out. You know what I'm saying? So I think Nashville has done that for me. It's kind of given me an appreciation of just like slow down and just like, you know, live life at a slower pace.
Yeah. So you don't go out. So how do you, so fast life. Let's talk about it.
Oh God.
Fast life. Tell me more about the fast life.
I mean, I used to club 7 days a week.
Oh,
literally 7 days a week. I'm not kidding. One of my friends, even to this day, he actually has one of the largest promotion companies down in South Florida. And I'm talking about like South Beach, Club Live, like Club Mansion, Club Cameo, and he's been doing that for years. You know, so he used to have a night every single night at a different club in South Florida. And so we would always go out and, you know, we'd be at the club. So, every single night I was out. And that's why I tell people now, like, I done seen it all, man. Like I don't need to go out. There's nothing I haven't, you know.
So without going out, how do you promote, everything? I know now you are stepping kind of away from the music, but you're still writing. Mm-hmm. You still have your company. Mm-hmm. How do you promote that? Is it just like internet based, or a
lot of it is internet based? But like I said, it's not that I don't go out at all. It's just that when I do go out, it's more with intention. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So it's like if I'm going out for an event, then okay, this makes sense. I'm going out for this event. But as far as like leisure, like, oh, I'm finna go to the club and just like, you know,
and turn up, drink you a little something, take a shot.
Nah, no, I don't do it anymore, man. Like I didn't live that life, man. Yeah, I didn't live that. She said, "Pass the hookah." Yeah, I didn't live that life, man. Like for real. Like Club Live. I don't know if you've ever heard of Club Live.
I've been.
Oh, you been to Club Live?
I told you I've been to South Florida a
Club
lot
Live
in my
on
life.
Club Live on a Sunday.
Listen.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I mean, listen, I'm trying to tell you, like, after that, it's like, where you going?
Yeah,
Like,
you're right. Actually.
where are you going? Like, you know what I'm
once you
saying?
go there, it's a whole different world. And then I come back home and I'm like,
Yeah, it's like Nashville. So, yeah,
let's go to brunch.
right. Yeah,
Let's have a mimosa.
Exactly.
That's
You
it.
know.
Yeah. Then my friends be like, India, let's go out. I'm like, sure.
Yeah,
Woo.
and then you go out and you're just like, what am I doing? Like, as soon as you get there, it's like, now you want to go home. It's like, nah.
Yeah, it's a hot mess. I agree. Okay, I'm doing good with these cars. Let me tell
That's
you.
good.
Oh my
I love
gosh,
it.
I'm surprised. So you've worn many hats: songwriter, producer, composer. How did you find your lane in sonic branding?
That was by accident. That was, man. And so I guess we can get into the spiritual aspect.
Yes,
of this,
let's
but
go. That's what I was waiting on.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Let me get comfortable here.
that was totally by accident and just alignment. You know, I started off as a singer, then a songwriter, producer, etc. And for so long I was doing that, and I just like, I got to a certain point where I just was like, okay, I've seen some wins, but I'm like, I don't feel like I'm where I should be compared to the output that I was putting out. So I was like, man, like, I was last year, I was actually saying, like, I'm about to hang it up. Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and just like, I'm gonna just hang it up. And I was gonna move to Texas. I put my house on the market and everything. Like, I was gonna move to Texas and just like say, all right, that's it. And I had like one semester or like 2 semesters, I think it was 2 semesters, at Berkeley to finish. So I was like, let me go ahead and finish those. And then, I got my music business degree. And I'll figure out what to do with that. Maybe I'll go work at a label, become an A&R or something like that. And I took this elective class called writing for advertising music or something like that. And that's kind of how I stumbled on it. Was like, I had never really thought about that lane, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'd heard of sync, but I didn't think about like the lane of like composing, and I didn't know I could do it, honestly. I'd never tried it. So, I took the elective and I was like, oh, okay, like I'm actually turning in assignments, and my professor, I remember her saying like, have you, like, are you doing this professionally? Like, now, are you getting paid for this? And I'm like, nah. She's like, you need to, you need to be looking into this, because I would have thought that this was something that you've actually you're actually in the field, like, doing this.
Yeah.
That didn't sound right, but you get what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah. So I took it seriously. I was like, okay, well, I mean, if you're saying it's that good, then let me like really look into this. And so I just started, even outside of the class, I just was like, let me just like really try to like put my efforts into this and see what I could come up with, right? And everything that I did, I would like present it to her, be like, you sure? I'm like, and she's like, no, I'm telling you, you ready to go. And so towards the end of the class, she was like, hey, we're gonna work on something together. And what it ended up being was the MLB, Major League Baseball, national ad. And so it literally just aligned that way. And I kid you not, like July 4th weekend, last year was when I had put my house on the market. And July 4th weekend this year was when the ad actually aired. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was like, man, I mean, that's
alignment.
That is alignment.
That's something I feel like, Spirit was like, yeah, nah, this ain't, it ain't time to go yet. You ain't made your mark.
No, sometimes you get to that. I've heard so many stories of things that have happened that way, where you're like right at the edge, like, and you're about to give up, and then that's when things start happening. And I feel like this was no different. Like, there were so many things about this that kind of let me know, because the crazy thing about it is, like, the name of the track that was chosen for the campaign, I named it Dios Mio, which means "oh my God" in Spanish, right?
Wow.
And it's crazy because this was before the commercial got shot, right? So they had a storyboard, and I made the music to the storyboard, and then but they hadn't shot the commercial with the actor and everything and whatever. Like that came in like a week after. And as soon as I got the video and I'm looking at it, like, okay, to try to match it up and, whatever, the actor in the video, first thing he says is, "Oh my God." Right?
I love it.
And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Because, you know what I mean? Like the track, the whole, like, it's all these little synchronicities that let me know, like, okay, I'm on point. Like I'm right where I need to be. And, I'm getting that, confirmation that like, okay, this is yours, and that was it. Yeah.
I love that. And a lot of times, just to speak to when you're on the edge and you're just about to give up, you have to let go of a lot of things in order to receive things. And when you're about to give up, that means you let go of like the thought of everything, the attachments, everything. So you let that go. And it felt like, oh, it's time for me to give up. But it was really more of like a spiritual awakening and an acceptance, and to be able to receive what's really for you. And that's what happened. I can talk more about that, but we're going to...
No, for sure.
I
feel like that's real because, I mean, truly, sometimes to speak to what you're saying, like sometimes when you have too much or you're holding on too tight to something, just even in the symbolism of that, it's like, if your hands are closed, you can't receive. Yeah, you're holding on to what you have, but you can't receive because your hands are, are closed. So it's like there is a form of letting go that's necessary to like open your hand and just release and allow for your hands to be open to receive something. So I 100% resonate with what you're saying.
That was deep.
Well,
we start opening our hands. We're on the same. We're definitely on the same thing, and that all comes with, because a lot of times what people don't understand is you are telling, when people are chasing something, you're telling yourself, you're telling God, you're telling basically just your subconscious, like, I'm chasing this because I don't deserve this. But when you're in it, that's telling it, oh, okay, I do deserve this. And it's the same, like if you're holding on to something so tight, you're scared to lose it. So you're telling self, like, I can't lose this. That means I'm depending on this. I'm depending on this for my life. And it's like, no, you can't depend on that, because what's for you will be for you no matter what. So you have to be freely open to whatever happens, because what happens is supposed to happen. So
that's the art of detachment. That you're speaking to.
It is the art of detachment.
Yeah, for real. So,
I said, how did you know? No.
Oh, yeah, no. So,
I read some books and,
Yeah. Same here. Like, I'm big on, like, reading and stuff like that, too. So, it's like, I feel like what you're describing is the art of detachment, not being able to appreciate something without possessing that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's truly, like, for me, in a situation where I was so like desperately wanting like my career to go in a certain way, once I finally got to a point where I just was like, okay, I don't know if we can curse on here.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so once we got
someone else that asked me the same thing and just started cursing up a storm.
Oh yeah, I had to catch myself. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, you get to a point where you just like, fuck it, okay, like whatever, wherever life is about to go, then
that's where it is.
Then that's where we're gonna go. And at that point, you're in a better place to. Most people don't want to get to that point though, because it'll change your the perception of yourself. Most people tie their identity to what they're doing. You know what I mean? So it's a major life shift to just be like, okay, fuck it, I'm not doing this anymore, and I'm gonna go and do. Actually, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know who this makes me out to be.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go into this wilderness and try to figure it out. That's a scary place to be for most people.
It is. Yeah. So I tell people all the time, with my spiritual journey, the reason why I learned so much is I started reading a book called by Don Miguel Ruiz. It was The Mastery of Love and The Mastery of Life and The Mastery of Attachment and Detach. He has so many different books, and it teaches me things. But when it comes to the possession part of things, that's a part of the mastery of love, like loving freely. And allowing someone to be who they are and not feeling like that's like, because love is not possession, that's ego, you know?
Right.
Love is not control, that's ego as well.
Right.
And a lot of times, like, love does have boundaries, but sometimes people operate in ego versus boundaries and they call it boundaries. So it's so many different things. But yes, speaking to that, I hope you did not hear that. Did you hear that? Oh, okay. We can keep going. It's okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
So yeah, we could keep going, you know.
Yeah, I'm with
you
it.
know,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's basically where my knowledge comes from, but also just going through it, it does change you a lot once you start to. I feel like it's awakening once you actually start putting the practice in and you start doing your meditation, because I meditate. I go into nature for cleansing, and I feel like nature is the closest thing to God. There's a lot of things that I do that's a part of my week. Like, I have to do this 4 times a week. I have to do this every day. I have to. So those are the different things. But people don't want to see their shadow self either.
That's tough, because what you're asking them to do is to essentially see the parts of themselves that they've purposely hidden, you know, because to look at that, like to look that person in the face, again, says a lot in terms of like who you are. And most people don't want to, it's hard to like really, really, really sit with who you are.
It is.
You know, it's hard to like really do that. Like, not just on the surface level, but like, okay, what are my flaws? Can I really sit with my flaws? Am I really this person? Am I really the I don't know, like the thing, whatever the thing is. I mean, different people have different, you know, different things, but it's like, am I really that person? Like, am I really, like, what does that say about me? And can I accept that about myself if I really am that person? So instead of dealing with that, it's like, nah, I'd rather just kind of sweep that under the rug and
But acceptance is the key to overcoming. You can't overcome anything if you don't accept it.
That's true.
And that's something that's big. And then a lot of times with your shadow, once it, like, you have to bring it to light. And what happens to a shadow once it comes to light?
Well, yeah, I mean, the light kind of exposes it. It goes away.
And it goes away, correct? So those parts of you, it goes away, but it doesn't fully go away because you need every single part of you to make you who you are. And those parts really aren't bad as you think it is. It's causing balance. But once you hide it and you try to be this perfect being, no one is, then
that's why they need to talking about integration.
Yeah, that's why they need to get my book, Echoes of Love, Lessons of Loss. It's on Amazon. Anywho,
y'all go get that.
Yeah,
go get that.
Go get that.
Yeah, that's that integration. That's a hell of a point, because I mean, like, most people think you're supposed to kill your ego, and that's even like a buzz thing, like kill your ego, like ego death and this, that, and the third. And it's like, no, it serves a purpose. The thing is, like anything else, you should be seeking balance, right?
Right.
And once things go like unbalanced, then we have a problem. It's not that the ego is a bad thing. It's there for a reason.
Right.
But if you kind of let it roam and kind of just let it just, you know, off the leash, then it becomes an issue, because now it dominates and it controls everything else, as opposed to there being a balance. Yeah.
I love that. We can keep on that, but I want to keep on. You know,
Let's do it. I'm with it. Yeah.
So landing an MLB campaign within 6 months is major. How did that opportunity find you? Or did you find it? You already told me that part.
I did.
So we're going to skip over that.
Cool.
I was like, okay. So what went through your mind the first time you heard your work on ESPN or Fox?
Yeah, honestly, finally.
Right.
You know, it's like one of those things of like where you feel like it's overdue. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've been putting in a lot of work, doing a lot of different things. And again, I've had some sync placements, like for instance in the Shy, the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had like little successes here and there, but I just was like, okay, this feels just the magnitude of this. This is like, okay, finally this
is what it's supposed to
right.
be.
And it's doing something that, again, I didn't know I could do, but I'm doing it and I'm actually enjoying it. So it feels fulfilling at the same time, you know?
And that's the main thing in life. You serve, but you're fulfilled from the services that you provide to
Right.
others.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
that's something people don't want to serve.
Nah,
I'm sorry.
man.
No one wants to serve, but serving, if you're doing it with what your purpose is and your alignment, it's going to be fulfilling and it's going to feel right. So I serve in a lot of different ways, like everything that I do, from my podcast to my book to, the thing I was talking to you about. I'm not going to speak on it yet, but what I was talking to you about is so much. So it's like, I'm definitely servicing and it's feeling good, but a lot of people don't want to do that 10 hours, 10 people free. And they don't even understand what free is. When I say free, I mean financially, but you're getting fulfillment from it, because if you do that, I promise you're going to take off.
Yeah.
People don't want to do that.
It comes down to value, I think. So if you're not willing to serve, that means you're not willing to present value, because that's what service is.
Yep.
It's presenting value to someone. And if you do the 10 people free at first, it's like, well, people got to kind of know what the value is for them to want to spend money with you, right? So not wanting to serve
that's
is
going to
truly,
hold you back
yeah,
every time.
absolutely. Yeah.
So with that, a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs. So I say entrepreneurs. That was so country, but
Nashville, that's Nashville for you.
Okay, you know what? We're not going to do that.
That's Nashville for you.
So can you tell me the hardships that you have faced and the lessons you have gotten from the entrepreneur lifestyle?
Crazy enough, right back to value, right? So with entrepreneurship, I think the biggest thing that I've had to take away from it is just show value.
Yeah.
And so long as you continue to be valuable to people around you and to your potential client, eventually something's going to hit, right? Because value is not often returned with nothing, right? But you have to put it out there. So a way that I think about this is like when you take some money, you put it in like a bank, and they call that principal, and then the bank gives you a little bit of interest on it, right? So the value is like your principal. It's like you're depositing that into your entrepreneurial bank or wherever you're expecting to receive some interest. And interest meaning interest both financially, but also interest in people being interested in you.
Right. Yeah.
So I see the value as like my principal. I make deposits every day to this bank. And I'm like, okay, I need to consistently show up, bring value, show value every day to different people, and the interest is going to come, and then it's going to compound over time, But so long as you stick with it, then you'll see that compound over time.
Oh, I like that. I like that. All righty, so let's go to, what does sound branding really mean, and why does it matter for companies?
Really good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Smart.
So sonic branding is basically like, think of like the bell for like Taco Bell. Once you hear that bell, even if you weren't watching the TV, if you hear the bell, you know it's Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's that's pretty much what it is. It's like associating, just like certain brands have colors, or if you see the golden arches for McDonald's, you, even if it don't say the whole word, you just know that it's McDonald's. Right? So the same way you can associate visuals with a brand is the same way that you can associate sound with a brand. And so the whole premise of sonic branding is literally just creating some kind of unique sound that is associated with a brand, and it just makes you stand out in the marketplace like anything else.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's going to help some people. So what's one piece of advice for creatives who want to turn their art into a profitable business?
Don't look at it as art.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're the
Break
artist.
that down.
Yeah, because when you're the artist, it's hard to detach from your art, right? Erykah Badu, like, I'm sensitive about my shit, right? As the artist. So, but when you step into the business world, you have to be able to look at what you created as, again, value.
Yeah.
Who is this valuable for? What I'm making, who can, like, who needs this? Who can benefit from this, and in what way? So That's one thing. And then on the other side, I would say don't devalue your art, you know?
Okay.
So on the other side, a lot of artists tend to think that their art doesn't have value,
Yeah.
right? And so, and I can understand that, especially now where like streaming, you get like
2 cents, 1 cent.
oh, you'd be lucky if you had 2 cents. I mean,
Is it 1 cent, maybe?
it's less than a cent. Like it's crazy.
Oh,
Yes.
gosh.
So it's like in situations like that, you can see how like especially music has been devalued in that regard. But like if you could like understand how the labels, like there's a reason why labels are making millions upon millions of dollars per year in the music business. You know, so there's clearly value in music. There's clearly value. I know you weren't specific to music. You were
Well, no, we can
talking about art.
Yeah, but period music too.
But there's value in art in general. So I think just remembering that value and understanding how to monetize your art is the important thing. So education about your art, not just the creation of it. Educate yourself on how it's valuable and how you can monetize it.
So when Berkeley honored you, what did that moment mean for your journey?
Man, so yeah, Berkeley, I didn't even think I could get into Berkeley. You know, that's the crazy thing. It's like I started off at Broward College, and I got my associates in music engineering and sound technology. And I don't know, like, I don't know what made me even think Berkeley. I don't know what made me do it, but I was like, I don't think they're going to let me, like, I don't even think I'm going to get in, right? But I have this mantra where I'm just like, they just going to have to tell me no. I've always been that way. Like my boys know that about me. Even when it came to like talking to girls, like it was always like, oh, she just gonna have to tell me no. Like I'm like, you know, I was always that guy that's like, I'm not afraid of the no. Like, but you gonna have to tell me no. Like, but I'm gonna approach and whatever. So it's the same way. Like I approached this the same way where it was like, they just gonna have to tell me no. But I'm not gonna leave it up to like, well, what if or whatever. I'm not gonna make the decision for them. Basically, I reached out. I put my application and everything in, and I even got a letter of recommendation from like my professors and the dean at the school and whatnot, and yeah, they let me in. So the fact that I went from that mental state to like now here I am graduating, and then they're also honoring me is like, again, it's one of those full circle moments. Yeah, you know. It's surreal. That's the best way I could put it. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I feel like that's at the point. That's what you were supposed to do. That's what you were supposed to get. Mm-hmm. You know how you just said, don't devalue.
Right.
Art. You were devaluing yourself when you were questioning yourself. Like, I don't think this is gonna happen. Why am I?
Yeah, I mean.
And then look at that.
Yeah.
You added value to their school. You added value to them, and they honored you for that.
Yep. It's a crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it really is. How things just have. So I call this year my year of yes. Have you ever seen that movie?
Year of yes. No.
With Jim Carrey, I think it was, where it was like
when he was No Man.
Was it yes? I think it was Yes Man.
It wasn't. It was Yes Man, but he was yes because he always said no all the time.
Right.
Yes, it's called Yes Man.
It's called Yes Man. Yes, so it's the same thing. Same thing. This year, I was like, I'm saying yes to everything.
Oh, that's why you told me yes. That's crazy. I thought you told me yes, because you were actually interested.
No, like, that too. I mean,
coming on to the podcast. It's
no,
like,
of course.
No, just be honest. Let's just be real here,
No, of course. I
thought I was, of value here. Yeah. I thought the podcast platform was,
this is dope. This is dope, man. I love, this is dope, for real. She's silly.
Oh my God. I'm playing. Okay.
But this year was my year of yes, man. Like I just said, like, I'm gonna just like things that I would typically be like, nah, like I'm good. Like, whatever. I'm just like, I'm gonna take every opportunity to, again, put myself out there, put the value out there, show the value, etc. So I forget where I was going with that point, but
You said it's your year of yes.
yeah.
So that's what it is. He was just letting everyone know it's his year of yes. Even so, y'all better start asking
listen,
questions.
That don't mean you can ask me for money. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
we got to draw the line somewhere.
He
You know what I'm
has
saying?
boundaries with his yes.
Yeah.
Guys.
It's different.
No money. Don't ask for money.
Yeah.
Darn, I was just about to say, don't you want to invest? No, I'm joking. Okay. So if you could only leave one message in your music forever, what would it be?
If I can only... Can you say that one more time?
If you can only leave one message in your music forever, what would it be?
I'm gonna go. I know this is cliche, but I'm gonna go love. I'm gonna have to go at the core of that because love says so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different aspects of love. So if I could leave any message in my music for people to find, it would ultimately be that.
I love that.
Short and sweet.
I love it.
Yep.
I tell everyone all the time, I am love. So I do, I be, I see, I hear, I feel love. So when I talk, instead of hearing or seeing or speaking from a wounded place, it's always love. But that came with healing, that came with finding myself, and that came with understanding who I am and what my purpose was. And I feel like my purpose was to be placed on this planet to allow people to feel unconditional love, because that's literally what I give easily, effortlessly. Like, that's what it is.
Nice.
So, yeah. All right. So, I am starting something. Of course, it's called tea time. Usually with my tea time, I will have my tea, but we're going to have to figure out a way to do that at this new studio space. Okay. But I do have teas, Indy's Sacred Sips. And that's Indy's, INDY. Okay, not Andy. I don't know why people think I say that. But it's where we sip and spill. That's the tea time. And the question is, you ready?
I'm ready.
If your life was a tea blend, what would it be called? What ingredients would it have, and why?
I'm going to say, can I go real simple?
No. It's called In Deep with Indy. Y'all see that?
Okay. I'm going to say ginger, man. A ginger tea.
Ginger tea? Okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, ginger is real potent. It's very impactful, but then it also, like, it's harsh, but sweet at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, beneficial for you, but also, like, it don't play no games. And I feel like that's me, like, in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, like, direct, very, like, honest, you know, with the people in my life, especially that I care about. I give you the harsh truth, but it's all in love. It's rooted in love. It's meant to be medicinal, not to break you down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would go with, like, just a plain old simple ginger tea, maybe a little agave or something in there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you're gonna use the agave to sweeten it a little bit.
Just the delivery of it. You know, it might you get a little yeah. So
that throat chakra.
Right. Exactly.
You
know what I'm saying?
Throw something in for that too.
Right. Well, I mean.
Your heart chakra too. I think that should be in there because people need to drink that as you're talking to them, because it seems like you're a little, harsh.
A little brash, a little bit, just a little bit.
But so when you're speaking to different people, do you change your tone with them, or is it the same tone with everyone? So let's say you have children.
I do. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So your children, do you speak differently, or do you not to get any? Okay, I'm not gonna ask that. So if you had a significant other, I'm not gonna say if you do or don't. I don't like people business out there. But like for your children and your significant other to your mom, do they all get a different tone? But you're still, Yeah,
I don't think people change delivery. My tone. Yeah, I think my tone will change based on the situation, but not the person.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
If it's a situation that calls for a different tone, then a different tone is what
I think I was having a conversation. It was actually with Cruz, and we was talking about like how people, they take things differently. Like when it's delivered differently, like you have to learn who you're speaking to and how they take something, so you can say it the same way you would say it, but in a different, like deliver it differently, so that they can understand it and accept it differently. To their core. But hey,
Okay.
you know.
Well, okay, so let me just real quick, let me speak on that.
Tea time.
So here's my thing, right? So here's my thing with that. So I agree to a certain extent. The message, what's most important is that the message gets where it needs to be, right?
Yeah.
But everyone can't necessarily be handled with, like,
The same way.
especially in like, and I hate to use this example, but it's like, imagine somebody just like they get shot, right? And then like here they imagine somebody,
I don't know how much I want to imagine that.
imagine
okay.
somebody gets shot, right? And like there's like the only person that can help this person right now is you, right? And maybe it's like a situation where like you gotta pull the Band-Aid off, like you gotta rip, you gotta pull the, you know what I mean? Like it's not time for, okay, like let me like, you know, make you feel.
I'm gonna be like, oh, are you okay? Do I need
But
to
the
call
person
someone?
is dying. We need like medical attention, and we gotta. And it's not always something that like you know is gonna feel good, and that's why again ginger. That's why I said ginger, because ginger
does not.
It's especially if you like actually making it with the root, like the Caribbean folk do. It is very like pungent, and it's meant to be that way. Like, but it's amazing for you.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't ask ginger to change who ginger is to make me feel better about consuming ginger. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I get that. Yeah. Okay.
ginger is ginger. If you don't want ginger, then go drink another tea. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Okay.
But if you want ginger, then
you gonna have
expect
to
ginger tea.
Expect ginger.
Doesn't that make sense? Like,
I mean, yes, but you do also sweeten ginger with agave, do you not?
true,
Oh, okay.
but it's still ginger.
The delivery though. So
Yeah,
that's the
it's
delivery.
ginger
So
with
some
the-
people
with
can
the-
take ginger, but some people just need a little agave.
Yeah, like
You know,
just a little.
So
yeah.
it's not changing ginger; it's just adding a little. You know, so
Yeah, a little agave to it.
hear
That's
it.
okay. I'm okay with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought you were saying like change
No, not
for
changing
ginger to change like
ending.
it's
No,
okay.
you
okay.
would never want. I like changing. No, but a lot of times, you know, I have to speak to my kids differently for them to understand. Like I speak to my daughter a certain way because it's like, hey, you know. But if I speak to her in a certain tone, it's gonna feel more like, oh, she's attacking me. Like this is, and she's not gonna hear what I need to say in the right way. Like it's gonna be delivered, it's gonna get to her, but she's not gonna understand it. She's not gonna absorb it. She's not gonna be able to sit with it. She's not gonna be able to understand anything about it unless okay, let's sit down and talk. So why did you do this? And then I'm changing my tone. I'm not changing my words, but I'm changing it to where you understand where I'm coming from. Because a lot of times you're in a heated disagreement with someone and y'all don't hear each other. But let's say you sit down, you breathe, and you have that same conversation. You hear each other.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing being said, just in a different way.
Yeah.
So it's not changing. It's just the deliverance being, you know, adding a little agave to it. That's all.
Okay. How do you think that translates, I guess, to the real world? Like in terms of the kids, like where if we're essentially speaking to them in a way that we feel would make them feel good. Let's put it that way. Would make them feel good. How do you think that translates into to the real world when it comes to communication with them?
Not necessarily make them feel good, but allow them to understand. Because my words is a lot of times, if you're doing something wrong, it's not going to feel good. But I'm going to allow you to understand it. So I need you to hear me clearly.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to change my deliverance to you so you can hear me, but it's not going to feel good at all.
Okay, so yeah, we on the same. So we agree. Okay.
So it's
okay,
not
okay.
me changing. No, it's
Okay.
me making sure that you understand me. So if I got to talk a little softer, like I may get mad. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
I'm in that house by myself, okay?
Right.
Like, yo. But once I calm down, I'm like, okay, listen. And I'm going to say the same thing.
Right.
It's going to be calmer. You
Right.
still may tear up a little bit.
Right.
And honestly, when I'm calm, it's even worse.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, it don't feel good, but I
Yeah.
know that you got it now.
Yeah.
So you heard me.
Yeah.
So you won't do that again, will you?
Exactly.
Okay,
Right.
awesome.
Yep.
That's it.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we kind of
we
on the same page.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I definitely enjoyed this episode. Did you?
Absolutely.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much
did.
for coming on.
Thank you for having me. This
You're
was great.
welcome. So I want you to look in that camera. I think it's that one, right?
That
okay,
camera.
look in
Okay.
that camera.
That camera.
And I need you to give them your social media tags and anything else that you have coming up.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, at Mr. Frank Famous on pretty much everything. That's at MR Frank Famous. Y'all can check out my website, soundfamous.com. Yeah, I got some stuff in the works that I can't really talk about, but
Okay, well,
hopefully we can share it with your audience later on.
yeah. So that means you're gonna come back.
Of course, I'd love
Oh,
to.
see, I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was dope.
Y'all, he's coming back, y'all. He's coming back. That means I'm doing something right. That means tune in.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. This was a pleasure.
It was. And thank you guys so much for sitting in with us. This was another great episode of In Deep with Indy. Remember, if you have not, please go ahead and subscribe, like, share, comment, follow, whatever you got to do. I'm In Deep with Indy on also Instagram. I have not changed my TikTok, but I will soon. So yeah, just go ahead and follow me. Thank you so much. Peace, love, and light.
Nice. Peace, love, and light. Love it.